Childish Gambino. Some call him the best of a generation, some call him corny, some call him a jack of all trades, master of none. So why is Donald Glover's music career so polarising? Well, today we're going to be dissecting Childish Gambino. So I put this tweet out not long ago and I didn't quite expect the response I got. 1.6 million views and hundreds flocked to give their varying opinions on his musical capabilities. And one thing is clear, the only common narrative surrounding Donald Glover is that he's a great actor. But when it comes to his music, yeah, people's opinions don't line up. In my opinion, he has some really great highs, but the lows are below hell. He gets a lot of hate, but I genuinely think he's one of the most talented and creative people in the world. Definition of jack of all trades, master of none. So why is Childish Gambino so polarising? Well, you see, Donald Glover was a product of the now infamous blog era.
How would you describe the blog era? It's the transition from physical to digital. When you look at magazines, you used to work at Double XL,
That's
so you
right.
know firsthand, and also television to digital as well. So I think it's one of the most significant shifts that we've had to deal with in hip-hop history.
Just as the internet started to really take over the world, rappers looked to blogs and platforms to boost their profile. Artists like J. Cole, Drake and Chance the Rapper used the booming digital age to market themselves and create overnight buzz. If you were tech savvy, rappers could create a cult of dedicated fans just through social media platforms like the up-and-coming Twitter. Look no further than Odd Future. This is where Childish Gambino was born. Donald Glover had already gained himself a name through his acting, but had a desire to pursue his musical ambitions, and in the most late 2000s fashion, he stuck his name in a Wu-Tang Clan name generator, and the rest is history. But that doesn't explain why a lot of people hate his music. Now this is where I come on to the one word thrown around quite a bit when speaking about Childish Gambino: corny. You see, the blog era often thrived on edginess, and a lot of the music coming out at that time was a product of its time. People look back 15 years later, and yeah, it is corny. And Gambino's early work relied on that edge factor. Lines that just haven't stood the test of time.
My swag Jehovah Witness dude that never take a holiday. Move white girls like this coke up my ass crack. That we dated like raps about Bin Laden.
That's pretty much what his debut album Camp was, and it gained him a cult-like fanbase, but it hasn't aged well in the slightest to the majority of rap fans. This is pretty much where the narrative of Gambino being a poor rapper comes from, but still, that cult-like fanbase had really got behind him, and would develop even further with the release of 2013's Because the Internet. Now this is one of the most beloved rap albums of the 2010s, but in the same breath, it's often criticised. You see, this album has a well thought out concept, a clear and strong vision, but once again, critics threw out the same evaluation. Gambino has all the ideas, but not the execution.
I think there's a lot of potential in the amount of ambition that Gambino came forward with on this script and on this record and how they come together, but there are just so many completely uninteresting spots.
As Pitchfork said, when the parts here come together, you can catch a glimpse of Glover's ambitious plan fully realised. But these moments run scarce the further into the project you trudge. I mean, the album even came alongside a 72-page screenplay. No one else is really doing that. But on one hand you had ethereal songs like Flight of the Navigator, and in the same breath you had attempts at trap bangers like Wildstar, and then once again in the same sequence you had pop rap ventures like 3005. Gambino had no set sound. And for some, that's his charm. But for others, that was, and still is, his downfall. And the same situation would continue. He still had that cult fanbase, but at the same time, gained a lot of harsh criticism surrounding his rapping ability. And with his 2014 EP, he would explore more different sounds. But this was just the beginning, as we would soon be hit with 2016's Awaken My Love. Gambino ditched the genre that gave him all his original success and instead went all in on his funk and soul influences. And well, it's safe to say it paid off, and the narrative this album created still stands in the year of 2024. Childish Gambino is a better singer than he is a rapper. Awaken My Love is larger than life, and in my opinion is his most well executed project to date. Is it perfect? No. But it has incredible highs like Me and Your Mama, and of course the smash hit Redbone. The execution may not be flawless, but once again, the vision is there. And the distance between his early work like Bonfire and the politically charged This Is America couldn't be bigger. It's like night and day. And this is where the word genius comes into play. The two words Gambino has been labelled with his whole career. His earlier work, Corny, when Gambino explores his wide range of musical talent. Genius. The truth? Somewhere in the middle. Gambino has the ability to release some incredible music, but at the same time has the ability to drop some painfully undercooked material. Some people compare him to Kanye, which isn't fair. I think Donald Glover has proved he is a visionary, but as the critics often say, the main problem lies in the execution. I mean, the same can be said for his 2020 project, in which he pretty much shot himself in the foot by not giving himself an album cover or fleshed out song titles. In essence, it's quite creative, but it just didn't work, and because of that, most people forgot this project even exists. So that is why Childish Gambino is one of the most polarising artists of the last 15 years. He can't quite find his genre. The young people who grew up with his music worship him like he's some kind of musical god. And then you have the other side of people who think his work is corny and edgy, but now and again see the glimpses of brilliance. He split a music fanbase in half, and now, in the year of 2024, we aren't even sure if he will release any more music under the Childish Gambino name. So what do you think? Is Childish Gambino a genius? Or is he someone who shows flashes of brilliance but has never really fulfilled his potential as an artist? Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.